Third point, lead by example. Now, this one is very, very important. I think that this one is probably one of the most important things that we can do because, especially when your kids are young, they're sponges, man. They're going to absorb everything that you do, they're going to mimic everything that you do. And it's so important to make sure that you're leading by example. One of the things that I do in my household is that around my children, I will do my best to spend as little time as possible on my phones. I'm not a fan of screen time. I don't like it. We hardly watch television. We'll usually wait until our children are asleep. If my partner and I, if we're gonna, maybe just have a movie night, which is at home, right? Part of the financial lesson. But if we're gonna have some time, right, we do our best to make sure that we're present, that we're engaged with our children. We do a great job at not being on our phones or watching television. Why? Because then that's exactly what our children are gonna want to do all the time. One of the things that I did right away when I knew that my children was coming is, hey, I said I gotta read more. Right now, I love to read. I'm an avid reader. I'd love to be able to show you guys my book collection one day. But I love to read, right? And I will read mostly anything I can get my hands on, especially if I'm interested, right? Sometimes I have my things that I like to read for entertainment, like mangas or comic books. I like my conspiracy theory books. I like my books about relationships and psychology. I will try to read anything I can. But the reason why I decided to pick up on how much I was reading was because having my children around me, I wanted them to see that. I didn't want them to see their dad just being on the phones aimlessly, just scrolling aimlessly, right? I didn't want my children to see me not being engaged with them. I didn't want my children to see me like missing all the wonderful things that's happened around me because I'm too stuck to a screen, right? And then what happens? Well, then they start to look at that and they think that that's okay. And then before we know it, we have a whole bunch of iPad babies. Not knocking it, I understand, right? We as parents, we got to do what we got to do. I understand that we are not perfect. I understand that as parents, we're going to make a ton of mistakes, but it's so important for you to be able to, again, try your best to show the right example for your children. Now, let's follow that into your team, right? If you're a leader, if you own a business, your teammates are going to do what they see you doing, right? So if they see you coming in and you're slacking off or you're not being as productive as you could be, well, what does that mean? Your team is going to do the same thing, right? Your team is only going to be able to work as hard as they see you work. That's why when I'm in go mode, I am completely in go mode. I like to be the first one in, the last one out, because I want to show my team that I'm here for the long haul, right? I'm willing to put in the hard work. I'm willing to put in the long hours. I'm willing to go through the trials and tribulations in order to create something that's going to provide a great opportunity, not just for me, not just for my family, but everybody else that joins my team as well. Because at the end of the day, guys, we're a unit, right? No business happens on its own. We need to learn how to work with other people. We need to be able to do well with other people. We need to be able to do well by other people, right? And we need to be able to make sure that we're creating the image that we want to see, right? We can't be the ones that are lackadaisical. We can't be the ones that are improper. We can't be the ones that are not working effectively and then expect to have an effective and efficient team, right? Everybody is going to follow what you do. So you want to make sure that you're leading by example, right? When it comes to my kids, for the most part, again, my daughter's the one that has a little bit of attitude. I do my best to, not raise my voice at her. Luckily, I haven't had to do that. Not looking forward to do it either, but hey, you never know. I am Hispanic, so we can get loud. But even with my teammates, right? I want to show them like, hey, we have a strong work ethic. We have a great attitude. We're ethical. We're doing the right thing. We're just not doing something just because we're trying to make a buck or make a sale. It's very important that we understand that we're in this for the long haul, and we're looking to create deep and long-lasting relationships, right? So leadership is contagious, right? You want to make sure that you be the example that you want to have repeated. Humble yourself, understand you're going to make mistakes, your team's going to make mistakes, own it, learn from it, and move forward. Have patience is incredibly powerful, especially in a day and age where we're so accustomed to instant gratification. So make sure that you have the patience in order to look at the entire picture that's painted in front of you, right?